So what we got going on here is we installed yesterday. We finished the install on this bilge pump. And this, I had actually done a bilge pump in a couple videos back, but it just was the older one. So I bought a brand new one and we installed that. And then you'll kind of see on this wall here, see that little black right down there, that little black thing by the tip of my finger right there? You kind of see it? That's a high water alarm. So when the water in the bilge gets above the kicker switch and the bilge pump and can't keep up, this high water alarm goes off. It's 100 decibels. It's connected to the bilge pump over here. And, oops, all the wiring is in this water closet. It's right there up in the corner. So what we had to do though is yesterday we started on this thing, worked all day on it and figured it out that this whole switch thing, something was wrong with it. It probably someone used it because one of the wires was loose in the back and fried it. So I had to go today and get a brand new one of these, reinstall that, and tried it out, everything, and it worked good. So high water alarm's in, bilge pump's in, and yeah, task complete. What we do is I did pilot holes in all these. There's little, where the screws are along here, there's little wood plugs. And so what you do is you take a really tiny little drill and you drill center until you hit the screw that wood covers. And then you come in with another screw. And what you do is you put this screw right in these holes you made, right? And then you just slowly screw and it pulls. See, it pulls most of that wood out, at least enough that you can get to that screw there. So here, I'll go again. Oops. Go nice and slow. There, the slower we go, the more control we have. And then that way too, you don't damage that screw head. So you can get the... So again, I'm just right in those little pilot holes and just trying to get that. Oops, that's not good. Distressed. Oh well. It's just enough. The screws out. So here we'll go again on this one. Ah, oops. Ah, here we go. So we put the screw in the drill hole we made, and then nice and slow. There we go. Right to it. But it just is a quick way to clean out those holes so we can start doing, because what we're doing is we're getting this whole panel. We got to take all this off so we can put down our new Formica counter. So I know you've heard me say right tool for the right job, and so I got me a set of these little husky pick things. They almost look like dental tools. But these things, I use them so much to try and grab something, to get wood plugs out with. I mean, these things are indispensable. I've even broke a tip off, but I save it because it still works. The rest of these are though. And I'm just scratching the shit out of this. So there you go, I got a weird light on it. Sorry if it's flickery, but you can see what I've done, especially back here, you're not going to be able to see without the light. I've taken all these screw holes and dug those little wood plugs out all the way back there to that back one. So I'll refinish this whole rail thing and basically put plugs in and then re-drill it all. I got some sawdust on the ground. So I just got one screw I didn't get out. Crack. Hey! It's always that one damn screw that strips that holds up the whole thing. Anyways, so I'm going to show you a few things, what we got going on right now. You can see the hose running in. I got my vacuum back there with the, that bucket thing has like a 90% dust collector, 95% or something like that. It says, does pretty good job though. And then I got all this vacuum hose comes all the way into the boat. And the reason why is because if you notice the plastic here, I'm going to step back over here so you can see a little better. But what I've done is I've taken out the kitchen sink. There's our kitchen sink with all the components and stuff. And that goes right where that plastic is. That's the countertop that we're going to be replacing, that section. And so what I did is just closed it in, the plastic, because I needed to sand the fairing material, which is an epoxy fiberglass, and I don't want that in my boat as best I can. So I have the hose, vacuum hose coming in. It connects to the sander, and then you can see what I did is I just came in here and I just sanded the whole countertop. And I'd already like put plastic around those openings so I don't get that epoxy down below into the cabinetry. And so I think we did a pretty good job of confining it. Okay, so the next thing is here in the bathroom I wanted to show you. So the bathroom's looking a lot better. I think I showed this in a little earlier video, but we finished the sink here. I did all the hardware. I soaked in muric acid, which cleaned it up nice, got all the corrosion off of it. And then this here was one of the last places, the bilge, and I just painted it with a gray bilge coat down in there. And then you can see that PVC piece there and the plastic tubing coming off it. We broke a piece of PVC. So we had to add a connector, a brass fitting that goes to the new water hose that comes in here to the sink. It's the fresh water supply to this sink. And so we painted that down in there gray, bilge coat. I'll show you. Oh, if I can reach it. So it's kind of like a little cabinet, you see? Toilets right there, but I'm using this for storage, so it's a cool little cabinet. But I just wanted to clean it up and paint it. It's a good place to put maybe some stuff to clean the toilets or backup toilet paper or who knows, stuff like that. So anyways, we kind of dialed that in. And then here, down here, I can get the clicker. So you can kind of see in here all the water hose tubing. So that's to the kicker pump here, which we already redid all the seals and stuff to those. We redid the through hulls. We didn't redo them. We took everything off and cleaned it all up, cleaned up the brass because they're still really viable. But we completed the whole plumbing basically of the bathroom. So voila, that room is done. We installed 2 fans. There's a fan here, and then if you'd see way up there in the front, up there in the black in the corner, right there below my finger, that's another fan. And the cool thing about them, they have these mount switches here that controls the wind speed. And they really crank. They blow some air. They really crank. They really blow some air. And what's nice too, though, is they're on these swivels. So look, I can turn this to the kitchen, and then I can blow out the port light back here that's above the kitchen stove. And then also it'll blow anything right out the hatch here too. So getting air circulated through the boat quickly with, you know, smoke, burning stuff in the kitchen or just too much heat. But with the fan up there that swivels, I can blow air back this way that'll draw air from the hatch above my bed. This one will redirect it and even it can force air down into the engine room, which is kind of cool. So get a nice draft through there and out the back of the boat, which I'll have another fan, one of these, in the rear cabin. Let's go ahead and turn this off for a second. So I wanted to turn the fan off, but I wanted to show you another cool feature of it. There's a white light on the fan, right? But during nighttime when you're out on the water, how cool is that? Huh? It's got red light. Yeah, it's got the red light. So there's the light, and then here's the light. So you got that white light, and then you also have a red light. Here, so we just put this back in this morning, which is the windlass here. We repainted it and cleaned it up, and then you can see up through the glass, you barely see it, it's just right up in there is the actual top of the windlass for the deck. You can see it better, there you go. And that's been all stripped down and soaked in kerosene, and basically just took all the old grease and gunk off of it and cleaned it up because it wasn't broken. So I was gonna do the seals on it, but they are in New Zealand is where I'm gonna have to order them from. It's Nielsen is the brand, so don't fix it if it ain't broken, so to speak. I just thought I'd clean it up though, and I greased everything really good so it's ready and it's working, and so hopefully it'll last a while longer before we have to replace or service it again. But it's something we'll keep our eyes on. Well, I was going to kind of show you what was going on the jack when I put the windlass part in, but right at the end of the job it started raining, and so kind of got everything inside before it got too wet. Yeah, so I think we're going to hang inside at least for see how the rest of the day goes. We got something accomplished, got the windlass back in, made some peanut butter chocolate chip cookie cakes, I like to call them cookie cakes. I accidentally stepped on Wanagi, which wasn't very nice of me, was it, honey? I saw you. You okay? Yeah, you okay, honey? We love you. Yeah, we love you. You're a good girl. Okay, you all... She's just in her bed, just nice and warm. Yes, she's a good girl. Hi, you're a good doggy woggy. Yeah, good girl. Ooh. Hey, how's it going? I thought I'd catch you up on what's been going on. This morning, most important, was Wanagi had some pretty bad diarrhea, so we go and I loaded up and got a bunch of this organic pumpkin. It's just plain old pumpkin. Organic is the best, obviously. And if your dog's not feeling well, diarrhea or has stomach problems, anything like that, feed them pumpkin because it really helps. Good secret, and it kind of soothes their stomach, helps get some nutrition in there, and it helps with diarrhea and stuff. So that's what we've been doing. Dealing with diarrhea. Anyways, that's not all we've been doing though. Let me show you. So we got this in. Got this picked up here. That's part of it too. This here, you know what this is here? Yeah. Oh, this is, you know what this is? So, you know what this is? This is our fuel polisher. Yeah, this is a bad burner. Because we've got those algae things, or we had them in our tanks. Because the fuel sat for so long on this boat, but This is a bad burner. Look at this sucker. So it's totally self-contained, and it's got a motor pump on top, and then down here is the filter, and it just polishes. It does 60 gallons an hour, I guess it is, and yeah, it's just meant to be for that, fuel polisher. So water separator, fuel polisher. But I already have a Raycor filter, but this is going to run separate from all that, and it's just going to constantly work on the fuel in my tanks. So I got that to install, but that'll be awesome because that'll prevent a lot of problems with bad fuel, which is an issue with sailing vessels. Don't want to lose that part of it too. Also, we got this here. Also, we got this here, which is a bilge alarm. So it's a high water bilge alarm. So you put this down in the bilge at a certain level, like above the bilge pump, and then that way if your bilge pump isn't keeping up with what water is coming into the boat, you'll get notified by a loud alarm and warning light. Ooh, a warning light. The alarm's what I want, because I want to get woke up, or I want to just be notified immediately if I have water egress problems. So we got that to put in. What else? The EPIRB, we probably will mount that at some point also. I'm going to wait till we get into the water though, because if I end up having enough money, I'll just buy a brand new one.